Hey there, happy Friday. Oh, that sun's coming in really nice there. So, it's been a crazy day here on the farm, and I've been trying to run around and rescue guys from the field. Not rescue, they've been doing really well, so that's not the case, but just bringing them rides to and from different fields and running errands, whatever they needed. And my last couple weeks, I've done 4 classes, a 3-day retreat, and so in the last 2 weeks I haven't even really went to the grocery store, so I had to take time to run my errands and catch up on some stuff here around the house and everything too. So I don't know if my iPad's dead. It maybe is dead. Even that's wore out from the last couple weeks, so that's okay. I am here. Let me grab the card today. I am here to wrap up Donna Barrett's live virtual party with her demo card number 3. So for those of you wondering, she will be closing her party May 6th. So that will allow you time to order before the retiring catalogs end, and also, or if you choose to order new products from the new catalog that starts May 1st. That's not too far away. So here it is. I'm giving you guys a sneak peek and a fun fold card. I'm really excited about this. So because the sunlight's so terrible, let me just quick get my camera turned around and stop talking into that, you guys. Okay, here we have it. So we've got the card here, and sorry for the delay. Like I said, I was running around after them, and after I said that I'd go live, my hubby said, hey, we need one more ride, and then I got out there and my son was like, where's supper? It's like, oh yeah, it's about that time, isn't it? Okay, so thank you for hanging with me, and I always catch a few more people when it's later in the day too. So here we have a sneak peek. I can't show you the inside of my catalog yet online. For those of you that have seen it in person, that's totally fine. Some of you will be getting yours soon. I was able to pass out some at different events because it's there. It was there, and people have really loved this new catalog. I always get really excited, and I have to feel like I'm excited by myself when a new catalog comes out, and then to see everybody else's excitement as they get to page through it really made my day too. So in there, if you look back at this video later, I still will reference the page numbers. The suite that this product, or these products are coming from is pages 46 and 47. It's called the Thoughtful Journey Suite Collection. And so sorry about that. Okay, I don't know if I went off. I got a text and I clicked to clear it off my screen, and boy, I'm not doing so hot tonight. Hopefully the card will make up for it. Okay, so Thoughtful Journey Suite Collection, and this will be on pages 46 and 47 of your upcoming catalog. And here's just a really fun fold card that's going to showcase some pretty paper coming out. So in the Suite Collection, let me just start with what I think is the highlight. And whoops, here we go. So what I think is the highlight is this pretty paper. And this is called, here's the back, Thoughtful Journey 6x6 paper. And it's always interesting when we have this pretty paper and we want to use it all, that people come up with these amazing fun fold cards to really use as much as of the sheet as we can. And that's what I'm going to do today for you. And I'm giving all credit to Mary Ellen Stites. She was actually a guest presenter at the event that I went to in Houston. And this is her card, complete with her measurements. And so I'm going to share those measurements in a screenshot. Also, when I post the still shot of this card, so you'll have that, but I'll give you those measurements here online as well for those of you that follow me on YouTube. And thank you for growing my channel there too, as I upload all of these videos from Facebook to there. So the Thoughtful Journey is 6x6. So I'm going to show you how to make today's card using a full sheet of this with just like 3/4 of an inch of a scrap there. So we've got lots of the new in colors that will be highlighted in these pretty papers. Whoops, pretty papers here. So you'll get 4 of each design so you can see how pretty these are. And just, you know, one of those things where you can add a little bit of stamping, some sentiments, and you'll be set. And so that's kind of my hope today, is just to show you, you know, how easily you can make a card happen that way. And then the back sides are all pretty much just that fun watercolor look too, that just, I know people are going to be creative with this too. Hopefully I find some creativity. If not, I'll use the intended front side for lots of fun stuff. So that is kind of what it's based on. There's some other pretty paper in the suite too. And this is like a let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pack of paper. Thoughtful Design specialty paper, and this just highlights some of those basic colors that coordinate with that, and kind of an ombre metallic sheen to that. So that'll be in that collection. And then of course, if it's a collection, we have to have some stamps and dies. So let me show you those quick too. Thoughtful Wishes. I laugh because, you know, I just said I've been, you know, helping out on the farm, and I bought a stamp set with a thistle in it. My husband would be like, that's a weed. You know, we don't like those, right? Okay, but it's so pretty. And like anything, I saw the presentation that Mary Ellen Stites did, and I was like, oh, love this. Okay, so we have this great stamp set with some really nice sentiments that I'm going to be using. And then here are the dies. I'm not using any of the dies for today's presentation, but you can tell there's some that cut out some of the images, and then some that are just really beautiful, like embellishments that you can use for piecing that together too. So I'm excited about the Thoughtful Wishes dies, Thoughtful Wishes stamp set. And then other things are these pearls, adhesive back pearl trio, and that features some of our new in colors that are coming out too. So hi Jody, good to see you yesterday. Thanks for popping on here. Let's see, I think I've covered everything then in the suite. And then the other thing that I just want to kind of highlight is the new in color Petunia Pop. This will start May 5th, or excuse me, May 1st, and one of the 5 in colors that Stampin' Up! Is releasing. So I'm going to be using the ink pad, the cardstock. I'm not using this ribbon, but I have to kind of show you this linen ribbon. Just really pretty here in the Petunia Pop color. I kind of pulled it aside just because it goes with it. That way you'll know. Everybody likes to know what kind of ribbon are they going to put out with. They always put out nice ribbon with the 5 new in colors and such too. So that's kind of fun. So I wanted to show you that. But let's get to making today's card. I'm going to start with just an 8.5 by 11 piece right from the get-go, so you can kind of see how it all comes together. I was going to cut it in half, but I always like to make 2 cards at a time, and so many of you say, well, I kind of do too, because it just makes sense, right? So what I'm going to do is place this in my trimmer and score it at 4 1/4, and that's what we'd normally do anyway when we're going to flip it and cut it at 5 1/2. But I'm also going to then come over here and score it at 2 inches. Here, there's 2 inches. All right, so now we've got 4 1/4 and 2 inches scored, and this is where I flip it and put it at 5 1/2, and I'm going to cut this in half, and this is going to be the card base that we're working with here. Okay, so we've got that, and now actually let's just do some more cutting before we get too far. I'm going to pull out the pretty paper that we're using. Yeah, it's like, this is so new to me that it's like, is this the piece that I just used? Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got the 6 by 6, and what we're going to do is trim 3/4 of this off. I always say, you know, we can do away with some of the sky. I want to show as much of this pretty stuff as we can, so I'm just going to trim off the 3/4 from the top, but you can choose. If you say, nope, I'd rather have more sky in there, you can do that too. So 3/4 goes off either bottom or top, and then I am going to trim this at 2 inches, excuse me, 2 inches, and set that aside. And then I'm going to trim it at a 1/2 inch, and set that aside. And then what is left of the chunk is 3.5 inches. So we've got that. Okay, so now we can set this aside. And then what I'm going to do, this will be kind of then reversed here, is we're going to just fold this in. So we've got that 2-inch panel, and then the other that was scored at 4 1/4, and then this is going to be the regular size of our card base like we usually have. Let me just grab my bone folder here and give it a good crease all across there. And then it's going to be very easy to just kind of start piecing this together. And don't we love it when the cardstock or the designer series paper kind of does all the work. So this is going to be, this big chunk is going to go on here, and just by eyeing, doing that 1/4 inch mat of the petunia pop all the way around it. So this is going to go on there. So by eyeing it, I'm just going to put my adhesive right in that spot, and it can go right up to the edge here without any problem, because this is going to go all the way to the edge too. So it almost looks like a card front like that. Got that. And then this is still just going to be like a flap, excuse me, with the camera angle there. So we've got that. Hi there, Donna. We've got our hostess with the mostess on here. That's great. So we've got that showing like this. So that is how it will work. And then what I'm going to do next is just take that skinny 1/2 inch strip here, and where this crease is, I'm going to put that on the left side of that crease. There again, eyeing to make sure that there's about a 1/4 inch from the top of that petunia pop showing. Get rid of my adhesive there, and top and bottom, and then just putting some more adhesive on here and putting this on the other side of the crease here. So we've got this. So that's really fun there to continue on. So then when it's open, there we have it like that. So we've got this whole continuous pattern of 6 inches right in the inside. Now for those of you that like to write a little something, yeah, there's a little spot here, but let's start decorating this and doing a little bit of stamping for the card. And for that, I'm just going to bring over some very vanilla, and this piece is 5 1/4 by 2 inches, and I'm going to get out my Mossy Meadow ink pad. Hi there, Sally. How are you tonight? Okay, let's see. There we go. Mossy Meadow, and then one of the images from the stamp set has these like just these little delicate flowers. So I'm just going to take and kind of stamp off a little bit, so that some of that's going on my piece of scratch paper, and then some of it on this side will go off too. So we've just got this design on the bottom there. And then one of the sentiments says, "You make life better." So I'm just going to stamp that out in that Mossy Meadow as well. So now we've got this fun new color petunia pop that I promised I would use. So I'm just going to give that a really good squeeze. And then as I open this up, you'll see in the well that the ink from the ink pad, when I squeezed it, went into this ink well here. And I have not used my blending pens in quite a while. And so it's kind of fun to show you how to use those, or just to use them in general. So with this, it was so fun to see this demonstration by Mary, and she just tapped her blender pen, picked up some of the petunia pop ink, and just kind of colored in, and she didn't even fill it all the way. It was more like kind of dotting and just brushing that color into those flowers. And it wasn't even perfect in any way. Some were lighter, softer, and always kind of leaving a little bit of the, I always say little bit of white, but in this case, very vanilla, you guys, right? And so just kind of filling in those spaces where the flowers. So the delicate look there kind of the watercolor is just so nice to see with this pretty paper. So this I'm going to set aside, and my scratch paper, and then I can go ahead and get some adhesive on here. Oops, let me find this cap and put that on. Okay, and then that is going to go, I'm going to leave just a little bit of a, like a space like we did with the creases in between to just kind of follow through with the theme and look of the panels on the card. So there we have You Make Life Better, but isn't it fun how those colors just coordinate with that, like so? So we've got that, so it's going to look so pretty sitting up on somebody's table or desk or wherever they display cards, because we all know when you guys make homemade cards, people keep them, they display them, but we do need a sentiment on the front. So let's start working on that. So for that, I chose the sentiment from that same stamp set that says Dearest Friend. So I'm going to ink that up in my, well, actually, I started to ink it up. Let's pull out the punch. Okay, so I've got the punch that's going to make it look like it is kind of like a little ticket edge here. This is in the annual catalog, and it's carrying over. Oops, here we go. So this piece of Very Vanilla is 3/4 inches wide, and I like to just do that one edge first, and then you can see, thanks, Joyce. Yeah, isn't this Designer Series paper so good? I feel like I'm like my brain's out to lunch because I'm half so excited to use it. It's so pretty. I'm doing like a new layout of a fun fold that I've never done before, and just felt like I was behind from coming in from the field. So it's just like, if I sound frazzled, I probably am, but not too bad because I can kind of stamp in my sleep. But so what this does is punches this out, and that's all that's left is that little scrap. So this is kind of my little hint or tip of how I do my sentiment labels here, is then I will stamp out my Dearest Friend like so. And then knowing that that little scrap is going to come out on this end, I'm just going to pick up my scissor here, and instead of normally I would cut it from there to there, I need to just give it a little bit more space, not too much. And now I have something to hold on to too, so that's going to go all the way in. And then when I cut that, now we've got that nice little ticket punch on both sides of that. So yeah, Julie, wait till you see the catalog. Yeah, she said she can hardly wait. I know, it's so good. And this is going to be so pretty. Stampin' Up! Has come out with papers like this in the past, and they've always been everybody's favorite. I feel like every time they do something, it's new and fresh, but similar to the style that everybody loves. And so, like anything, if people are loving it, why not keep doing it, right? Okay, so now to adhere this, after classes, I have a lot of these sheets. You guys have a lot of these sheets of dimensionals that just have the edges on, and I save them because it's perfect. So I can just go, okay, I'm going to trim there, and then I'm just going to kind of trim over here. And then we've got this nice narrow dimensional piece here that I can put on the back side of my tag to pop up the whole way across like that. Now before I put it on, I'm going to just put it on the front here. Let me get this out of the way so I don't wreck that. I love how this, the In Colors from last year that debuted, this In Color jute trim has all 5 of those colors. I love how that wild wheat jute trim coordinated. So instead of bringing in the brand new ribbon, which is that Petunia Pop, I thought this kind of just fit the card a little bit better. So I just kind of am taking this and doing this to it. That's it. And I'm just going to snip that off here and just kind of lay it down on my card like this, if it behaves. And hold it down. And part of it is just because it's on a spool, right? And then I'm just going to then put my Dearest Friend down. And that's going to stay really nice underneath there because we've got the dimensional piece going all the way across. And if you feel like, you know, I don't like that bell, I don't want my stuff to stick out, it kind of looks like bug antennas up there, well then all you need to do is take like a glue dot here from your glue dots, kind of squeeze that together, find a place where you're kind of happy with where it's going like that, and then just take a glue dot, and that's going to catch both of those pieces, and I think that looks a little bit better too. And so for the last thing, a lot of times I choose ribbon or embellishments, and this time I'm going to do both. The jute was just kind of a little texture thing I thought would be fun. And I am going to pull in those adhesive back pearl trios. And here's my take your pick tool. I'm just going to take the one that's kind of a blue-green color here, and I'm just going to put that one down here. And then I'm also going to take a couple of the Petunia Pop color here and just put that kind of going at an angle. So we've got that odd number there, the 1, 2, 3, and that will finish off the cards. There we've got dearest friend, you make life better. And so that just is folded like that. But what a fun way to showcase that beautiful paper, and really an easy fun fold. I probably made it look a little bit more difficult, but really this is going to be something that if you have 6x6 paper, I know in the past sometimes even our 12x12 paper has these great layouts on the top and the bottom, and this would be a similar thing that you could do with some of those different images that they have given us too. So there you have it, a fun sneak peek. So out of Donna's, my hostess Donna, out of her, there we are again in the sunlight, still here. With Donna's presentations that I've done this week, 2 of her cards have been from the catalogs that are retiring, and now this one is upcoming product that starts May 1st. So thank you, Donna. So it kind of gives you some choices if you're needing to order anything. A $30 minimum order towards her party will get you the 3 cards that I've made this week. And so if you want to wait till May to get some new product, she's keeping her party open till May 6th, so that will give you time to decide that as well. And so that will help her out greatly. And then I mail the cards out. If you order online, you get your order shipped directly to you. Just use her special host code here, and then I'll have that posted in the still shot of tonight's card. And in the comments of the still shot, I will also give credit to Mary Ellen Stites for giving us those measurements of not only the card base, but how to cut the pretty DSP too, so that you have that as a reference too. So have a great weekend. I will be back next week, several days, just because I've had all of these events and classes, and I think it's just so exciting to share those projects that I've made for the classes so that you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. And that way you guys can see those that maybe have went to other classes and want to know what was at the other classes you didn't go to, or just if you couldn't get to any classes, you'll get some more inspiration that way. And yes, Jody, your catalog should be coming. I would honestly think they should be showing up next week. So if you get your catalog, feel free to give me a shout out so I know that they're starting to arrive, because that makes me just as excited as it does you when it arrives. So take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.